In today's video, guys, I'll be going over the LEGO Star Wars 2024 Winter and Spring Wave rumor list that came out. Let's get into it. So welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars video, and we have some pretty big LEGO Star Wars 2024 news today. So Promo Bricks kind of just filled us all in with the end of 2023 stuff, the UCS set, a couple other big sets, a full video coming on that tomorrow. But today, guys, my good friend, my good source over on Instagram, MC_Wazi, he's been coming at me for the past couple of years around this time, pretty much telling me the next, year's, winter and spring wave rumors. And for the most part, he's usually pretty accurate. So I want to kind of let you guys know on this one, there might be a couple things that are tweaked. Maybe it's not identical, but this will pretty much give us a good understanding as to kind of what direction LEGO is going come 2024. So it looks like they're following kind of the exact same pattern as 2023 with pretty much what they're releasing and when they're releasing it. So we have a couple different waves here. We have January, March, and May. So let's get into January 1st, 2024. And these first couple things make kind of sense right here. We have 75372, 1599, 131 pieces, Bo-Katan's Gauntlet fighter, Microfighter. So this one I think is pretty obvious. Bo-Katan's a main character in Mandalorian Season 3. Getting her a Microfighter, her ship in Microfighter form with her as a minifigure. Maybe it'll be the new printed one, the new Mandalorian Season 3 one. Maybe it'll be brand new to that year. Include the Mythosaur, a little arm, shoulder patch on her. Maybe it'll be brand new, but if not, again, as is, I think this is pretty understandable. And really nothing much more you could ask from LEGO. I think it makes perfect sense. So there's the Microfighter, but of course, sadly, it's up to that $15.99 price point. And then moving on, we have 40616. We have the Brickheadz for this year. According to this, the Brickheadz are also up to $15.99, up from $9.99. We have 169 pieces, Han Solo and Endor outfit Brickheadz. So this is one that people are kind of surprised is not in that 2023 5-pack Endor Brickheadz, but it looks like LEGO kind of was smart with it. They're like, hey, look, they're gonna buy this $50 Brickheadz anyway, so let's just release that fifth actual character that should be in this set later on for $16 and have people buy it and add it to that previous set. So look, as much as I don't like LEGO doing that sort of practice, kind of forcing us to buy sets because they don't include it in other areas, I think this one makes perfect sense and is actually not too bad for a Brickheadz. Next up, we have the Polybag right here. Nothing much to really say about Polybags. They're kind of there. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but this one looks to be pretty bad here. But I guess for any of you sequel fans, I guess LEGO is actually coming back with a couple sequel things here. We have 30655, the blue and gray Resistance X-Wing Polybag, $4.99. So of course we have the X-Wing from this year. It looks like LEGO kind of wants to keep up that trend. It's been a while since we had a Polybag X-Wing, 3 or 4 years since, 2019. And it looks like LEGO kind of wants to come back and be pretty strong and give everyone that did not get those Polybags, back in, 2015, 2017, and 2019. They want us to be able to get them now, for regular $4.99. So not too shabby there. Next up here, this is where it starts falling off a little bit. And I gotta be honest, if this is true, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed here. We have the Battle Pack for next year, 75373, $21.99. So it looks like the Battle Packs are actually getting that kind of price hike too, up to $22. 174 pieces, so a pretty high piece count, but it's the Boba Fett's Mods Battle Pack right here. So it looks like, according to what my source is saying, something like the Bounty Hunter Battle Pack from back in 2017, kind of having all named characters, sadly. But it looks like we'll actually be getting a pretty bulky battle pack here with all 4 of the main mods from the Book of Boba Fett show. But it actually includes all of their Vespas too. It includes the blue, the green, the red, and the yellow. So at that point, it looks like each one will probably be about 40 pieces or so, and we'll actually be able to recreate that scene of the 4 mods coming in behind Fennec and Boba up into the capital of the city or whatever that was. So look, for what it's worth, again, if it wasn't a battle pack, I think it would be decent. I think it wouldn't be a bad set to kind of have in the slate. But the fact it's actually taking up a battle pack slot, I gotta be honest, I'm pretty disappointed. Next up here, following the trend of the TIE Bomber 2, we have 75374, $65, 705 pieces. We have a sequel trilogy Special Forces TIE Fighter remake. So if you guys watched my video yesterday, this is something I was kind of saying here. I would not mind if LEGO makes all these TIE Fighters, in this smaller scale, if they actually are able to release all of them to us within a timely manner, the next 4, 5, 6 years. And it looks like LEGO is keeping up with that. And next up, after this year, giving us a Special Forces TIE Fighter from the sequel trilogy. Not ideal. Of course, I would rather, a TIE Crawler, even a TIE Defender, anything like that would have been better. But, at least it's something to do with TIE Fighters and, fits in that perfect scale right there. So that is all coming out January 1st, supposedly. Moving on to March 1st, 2023. And I got to be honest, this lineup right here this is questionable for me. First off, we have 75375, $70, 649 pieces. We have a Reva buildable bust or helmet set. So it looks like, according to my source, the helmet sets are coming back in 2024. They're not getting canceled this year. And it looks like they're coming back with some pretty weird options, in my opinion. So, as always, you know, LEGO has kind of always strayed away from doing like human-like characters for these helmets and busts, since they don't really look good, kind of hard to make them look good, and they don't really make too much sense. But, you know, of course, you know, Reva is a main character now in Star Wars. They know that, you know, marketing her and putting her on the box and making a helmet of her will probably sell pretty well, you know, a lot more than like Commander Fox or, you know, Commander Bly, anything like that. So LEGO is doing this. I get where they're coming from. I really do, but the thing is, is the execution going to be all right? So I'm a little worried with that. If they execute it well, I will pick it up day one. But we have the Reva buildable bust. Next up, 75376, $70, 605 pieces, so pretty low piece count. But we have Sid from the Bad Batch buildable bust. So this one is interesting. You know, we're actually going to be getting a Trandoshan buildable bust. It'll be kind of cool to see how they do it. I'm not the biggest fan of Sid personally. You know, I like Reva way more than Sid, so I probably won't be buying this one. But you know, for all the people that really do like Sid, you know, that watched Bad Batch season 1 and 2, and you know, are excited every single time, you know, Sid shows up on the screen, this is that set for you pretty much. So big props to you, and hopefully you enjoy it. And then lastly, you know, for that third helmet set, this is going to presumably be a Target exclusive again. We have 75377, $70, 701 pieces, Zori Bliss buildable bust. And you guys might be thinking, who's Zori Bliss? And I was kind of thinking that too. But it's one of the best characters from Rise of Skywalker. You know, that's who it is. I think that's why LEGO's maybe doing this one, because you know, a lot of us have kind of forgotten about, you know, Zori Bliss. And I think they knew back in 2019, you know, she was the highlight of that movie, where now they want to bring back that hype. So right now, Zori Bliss, you know, buildable bust. In my opinion, look, not a day one buy. I'll put it on the wish list. I'll grab it on sale. But in my opinion, I think out of all three of those, the Reva buildable bust definitely looks the best, or definitely sounds the best at least. Next up, moving on to May 1st, 2023, we have a couple ones here, a couple diorama sets. We have a 4+ set. Then we actually have the rumor of the 2024 May 4th set. So the diorama sets, this first one here, look, when I saw this, I'm like, this can't be true. You know, I really am sitting here, I'm like, there's no way LEGO will give us this, because it's just too good to be true. And I'm going to love this, and I'm going to pick it up day one. We have 75378, $100, 1,099 pieces, and it's actually called the Anzellan's Workshop diorama set from the Mandalorian Season 3 episode. So we guys, you know, I think we all know, on Navarro in Mando Season 3, the Anzellans have a little workshop. You know, they're doing their craft, they're fixing up a couple speeder bikes, you know, they're fixing up IG-11, they're doing their thing. You know what I mean? They're you know, they don't like squeezes, and they're working on their speeder bikes. So we have the Anzellan Workshop here. Presumably, I'm going to hope, you know, the 3 Anzellans there, maybe a Grogu, maybe a Mando, and maybe a Grief Karga, but I got a bad feeling it might just be the 3 Anzellans right there for that $100 price point. Believe me, look, I will openly admit I think it's a little overpriced. I really do. I think it would be a lot better for maybe $80, but in my personal opinion, again, personal bias here, I would pick it up for $100, and I'm very excited about that. Next up, 75379, $80. Terrible piece count here, 578 pieces apparently. And it's pretty much the scene where Leia got chased by the bounty hunters in the opening episode of Kenobi. And you know, it's going to be a little diorama set. You know, almost maybe look like that Endor speeder bike one. You know, maybe 2 trees, maybe have a little log where Leia slides underneath. Include Leia and then 2 bounty hunters chasing her. And pretty much call it a day on that one. Again, not a day one buy for me, but I know there's a lot of people that do like that scene, you know, like that show. So it's nice to kind of see. It looks like this entire wave, you know, they're bringing back a lot of the stuff that I feel like there's a nice market for. You know, a lot of people love Kenobi. You know, a lot of people love Reva. A lot of people love the sequels. A lot of people love Sid. And it finally looks like LEGO is kind of catering towards those groups of people this year. So there's that one. Next up, guys, we have the MIDI scale set. 75380, $70, 656 pieces. The First Order Star Destroyer MIDI scale set. So just like how they're doing the Executor this year, they're doing a First Order Star Destroyer next year. Of course, you know, they're going to do it before Ventator. You know, I think LEGO knows, and I think all of us can admit, you know, the sequels, you know, have a bigger fan base than, you know, Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars. So can we really hate LEGO for doing it? Probably not. But, you know, the First Order Star Destroyer MIDI scale set is not personally on my list to get. Next up here, this is going to be a very controversial one. You know, this is a LEGO set that we've wanted them to make for, you know, literally at this point, almost 20 years. And at 75381, $40. This is the caveat, though. It's a 4+ set, only 103 pieces, and it is a Geonosis Arena set. for that price point. So look, hear me out. We finally have one, you know, after 20 years. We have a Geonosis Arena. It's a 4+ set. And look, just like everyone said about the Jedi Temple set, you know, it's good. You know, it's a 4+ set. Like, we're getting what we're going to get. You know, hopefully we get the animals still. Maybe we get 1 or 2 polls. Maybe we get a Padme, an Anakin, a Count Dooku. You know, it'll be kind of curious to see, you know, how they do it. You know, are they going to make it really childlike? Are they going to make it, you know, a little bit more serious? Or, you know, will it be good or not? That's really the main question here. And look, I'm not too excited about it, but, you know, just like everyone else on the platform here, I'm going to, you know, just consume it. You know, I like it. You know, I'm going to give LEGO props for everything they do. I think it's a great decision. And nonetheless, you know, I will be there day one buying this, you know, $40, 100-piece Geonosis Arena set, and I will say nothing but positive things about it. You know, mark my words on that. Next up, we have the May 4th, 2023 UCS set. This is one where LEGO is definitely kind of dropping the ball, I feel. 75382, $350, 3,033 pieces, UCS Raise Speeder set. So, look, guys, my initial reaction on this is heck yeah. You know, look, I've not admitted this yet before on the channel, but I got to admit, I've been hoping for this since 2015. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, the $20 set was a nice little, you know, little crutch. You know, it was a nice little thing to get. I liked building it so much that, quite frankly, ever since then, I've really wanted a UCS one. It's, you know, it's one of the most iconic sets, you know, from the sequels. Of course, you know, at that point, hopefully comes with Rey, a BB-8. Maybe they can even throw us an, you know, an Unkar Plut in there. A little something, you know, but I think for $350, if I was in charge of LEGO, sure, I would have maybe made it $500, you know, $550, and make it even bigger and make it even better. But I think, you know, for $350, that's not, you know, that nice little middle ground where, you know, again, you have a lot of people that say love the sequels that would easily pay that $350, and so you have a lot of the people that are kind of underneath there and say don't like the sequels, but they still look at it and be like, damn, that's a great deal, and they spend that $350 on it. So there's everything for today's video, guys. Well, we have the 2024, you know, winter and spring set list. Again, you know, a couple of these things could change. Of course, we'll start finding out what minifigures come with these sets here in a couple months. But for now, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Do you guys like these sets? Which one is your favorite? Would you guys change anything about this list? And maybe compare it to 2023 sets. What do you guys think? And with all that being said, happy April Fools, guys. You guys know how to do it to you, just like every other year. I've been doing this since 2020, actually. So this is the 4th year in a row. And yeah, I just love making these. You know, honestly, I will admit, the most fun part about it, I mean, sure, uploading the video, getting some reaction, you know, blah, 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 you know, that's cool, you know, that's fun. But I gotta be honest with you, I mean, I have a very good time just going through here on my notes and just typing up these lists. Like, it's just a good time, like, trying to think of, like, what is the most, like, outlandish, like, just random stuff. And that's the thing, you know, a lot of these people, you know, on April Fools, you know, they do these videos where, oh, you know, Phase 2 Clone Battle Pack Gunship, Ventator, Swamp Speeder, V19 Torrent, you know, all that type of stuff. Like, they just make it like a dream list. But in my opinion, I think those are pretty redundant. You know, you really don't see too many people, you know, besides like myself every year, that, you know, comes up with a nice formulated list like this with just a bunch of random ass sets, man. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, would LEGO ever make any of these? I gotta be honest though, with the Anzellan's Workshop, I would actually buy. Like, that's no joke there. That's no, you know, April Fool's joke or anything. I would pay $100 for that. I would buy that day one. I'm a huge fan of that. But other than that, that's pretty much all, guys. Quite frankly, look, I will be. I know a lot of people are gonna ask me about it. The promo brick stuff that they revealed, I'm not too sure about myself. It's like middle of the day right now, like 1 p.m. They just revealed it like an hour and a half or 2 hours ago or whatever. I'm not too sure yet. Let me ask a couple people, and nonetheless, I will have a video on that tomorrow. You know, whether or not it's true or not, like my thoughts on it. I don't know. Again, like you would think it might just be an April Fool's joke, but the more I've kind of slightly heard about it already, those could actually be pretty true. So I will be going over all that tomorrow, guys. But for today, you know, we have the 2024 stuff, you know, rumored right now. And leave your thoughts down below, guys. Happy April Fools. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.